Hey guys, so today's video is a much requested beginning to my back to school videos and back to college. If you are new here, my name's Olena and I just graduated from university. I'm also actually collaborating with my friend Rose here, and she is also doing a video with 25 things she wishes she knew before college.
My name is Rose. I didn't do so well in college, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Red Bull cannot save your life. It won't. It will not happen. Just remember, people grow and people are in your life for certain seasons. And it's okay to be okay with letting people go. I had to be okay with that, and I still have to learn how to be okay with it because I love people. But spend time. Family's important. They're always there. So spend time with them. Call them. I could have did a better job at that. I know mom is watching. She's like, girl, you talking about calling me, but you didn't even call me? Yeah, I know.
So make sure you go check her out after this video. So if you are planning on subscribing and joining the super nice family we have here, please turn on your notifications, because I know from personal experience, YouTube has been like totally ignoring everything, and sometimes I don't get the videos that I want to see from people I'm subscribed to, and sometimes it even unsubscribes me from people, and I'm like, I don't need that type of negativity in my life, okay? So here we go. I have my little notes here in front of me, so if you see me looking down, that's why. First things first, don't buy the textbooks. I was walking through Target recently, and a bunch of like freshmen, I could hear them like dorm shopping and everything, and like one of the girls was like, I ordered all my textbooks already, the last one is coming in tomorrow. And I so badly wanted to just go into the conversation and be like, don't buy them yet! So I have a huge pile of textbooks like laying in a different part of my house, but literally I haven't even opened them. Like, it is so sad how much, especially for like the intro classes, the ones that you take freshman and sophomore year, that like professors say that you need this textbook, but honestly I got like A's in those classes without the textbooks. I would really recommend talking to people who have taken this class before, or figuring out maybe from some of your friends if you guys want to share a textbook. Less school supplies is better. I know freshman year I came in with like a ton of binders and I was like, yes, look at me. But the thing is, like, you don't want to be that person walking around with like a giant backpack. I mean, I know sometimes certain majors, like, you need it. Traveling with like a huge and heavy backpack is just such a nightmare. And I know sometimes like professors don't allow you to take notes on your laptop, and like I personally like to write things down, but I learned to either have like a binder that has paper, like enough paper for like all my classes, or I kind of merge classes that I have on the same day into the same binder, or I use notebooks and then like split it up. The next one is attend as many classes as you can. I know people are going to tell you attend every single class, and I highly do recommend that, because I know personally, like freshman year, you start kind of getting a little bit like tired and you're like, like no one's actually taking attendance. In some classes they do, but in others it's like, oh, I can kind of skip this, and you have all this power and you just feel amazing. But genuinely, like, I have skipped classes on some days when there was like a pop quiz or something that like was so important that like you couldn't do on a different day. So I really recommend you go. And also, like, going to class, like, you like subconsciously you're hearing everything that's like being talked about, and things will pop up on exams that like are mentioned in class and are not in the PowerPoints. So it's so worth your time to go. Number 4, get on your professor's good side immediately. Wow, I don't know why I was having such a hard time saying that. But basically, professors don't know you at all when you come in. And sometimes they're never going to know you. There's really big lecture classes, whatever, it's really quite impossible. But if you want to make your life easier and guarantee that you're getting better grades, sit in the first couple rows, or somewhere where you can directly see the professor and they can recognize your face. Because that way, they start seeing that you're answering like questions, you're raising your hand a lot, you're paying attention, you're not on your phone and your laptop, then all of a sudden in their mind, they see you as this like perfect halo student. And this is actually psychology, people, okay? This is not just like me making something up, but they genuinely see it and they think, okay, this person's like, check, they're smart, they're someone who tries hard. And even if you start slacking towards like the end of the semester, like, they will somehow end up helping you with your grade. So if you're like on the borderline of like B+ to an A, you'll be pushed to an A. Buy things used. I bought a bunch of clickers, which are like those for like attendance and stuff, that were like brand new, and textbooks that I haven't even used. Like, if you need it, buy it used or the previous edition, because if your professor allows it, you're number 1 saving money, and you're not gonna like regret it as much. Number 6, you don't have to do all of the readings. I know sometimes in the beginning of the semester kind of like freaks everybody out when the professor's like, yeah, you have to read like 300 chapters this week, and then next week it's like another 300. Sometimes they go overboard, they're kind of crazy, but just like communicate with the professor, ask like which ones, like what is most important, and you'll see as the weeks go on like what stuff like actually matters, and after the first exam you'll like actually understand like what you should be doing. Number 7, plan your semester during syllabus week. I know that sometimes like professors don't mention stuff that you're doing throughout the semester. In the beginning courses, they usually do. They tell you when things are due, when exams are happening, when there's quizzes. You want to write that all down in your planner. Number 8, get to class on time. This just shows respect to your professor, and honestly, you're not going to miss things, and like the professor won't hate you because like they low-key kind of hate people that come in late, and so do some of the people in class. Number 9, it's okay not to know what you want to be when you grow up, especially freshman year. I know I didn't know what I was doing until like the second semester of my senior year. I mean, like I knew what I was majoring in, and majoring you usually have to like figure out what your major is going to be sophomore year, but like people have changed their majors like as long as it's like in the same kind of general field. But also, like, it's all right because most of the people that do graduate with their undergraduate don't end up working in the major that they studied. Make friends, but more importantly, keep them. Number 11, dorming is really great. It's a great experience, but it's not essential. Number 12, less earphones in your head and more conversations. Plan your classes around traffic and around your personal type of schedule. So, I'm someone who cannot do 8 a.m. classes. There's absolutely no way I can wake up. I did it one year and Lord knows I barely made it there on time, like out of the times that I decided to go because I was like, no, I'm gonna snooze and skip it. So just know yourself. The library or wherever it is that you like to study is your safe haven away from like rowdy dorm mates. 15, don't expect to fall in love with a guy. It's great if you do. I know people who had relationships in college and it was great, but I also know a bunch of people who would like chase after certain guys, and every time they saw them at a party, they'd be like, oh my gosh, it's him, like, hey. But when you're in college, a lot of people aren't looking for something that's long-term, and don't just like, I guess like don't set yourself up to be disappointed. Number 17, try not to go home every weekend. Make a LinkedIn account because literally every time I finished a semester, I would add my professors on LinkedIn. Some of them would actually offer it. They would be like, add me on LinkedIn if you ever need help finding a job, whatever, just like have me on there. And that was great because honestly, I forgot half the professors that I had. Try to start building your network early on. You're making a lot of friends in college. I know that's great, that's amazing. But also think long run. Like you have all these professors who have done incredible things in their life, some more than others, but realize that, you know, these people are in the business world, in like the, you know, real world, and they're on your side. If you are like on good terms with them and you feel like they could help you in the future, like ask them like, hey, can I add you on LinkedIn? Or just like, you know, have their email, keep in touch with them because they're really like your connection to have people that will be able to write recommendation letters for you and just someone who's on your side, and especially like being able to find like a mentor or something along those lines in your career path. It's hard to do that like in, you know, wherever you're working because people there don't necessarily know you, but having a professor or someone like that, it's really quite valuable, and I really wish I started looking and kind of developing that early on instead of like realizing senior year like last semester like, oh damn. Which brings me to my next point, participate in class and talk to your professor. You want to be a familiar face, but you also want to show that you are paying attention. But by participating, that kind of forces you out of your comfort zone and it prepares you because later on, you're definitely going to have professors who are going to take participation as a like grade. I've had professors who had like 50% of your grade was participation. Like you had to participate at least like a certain amount of times per class. It was kind of like stressful and intimidating, and I like really wish I practiced, you know, participating early on because I told you guys I'm like an outgoing introvert. So for me it was a little bit like nerve-wracking, like constantly raising my hand, especially when I wasn't like necessarily familiar with a topic. But just asking questions, like being present in the class and not like slowly like with every semester moving farther and farther to like the last row where you're sitting there with like your laptop screen up and like not listening to the class at all, because I turned into that person junior year and a little bit of sophomore year. But senior year, I was like, nope, back to the front, here I go. Try to do your best freshman year. I understand that everyone's gonna be like, everyone tries their hardest. But seriously, put the work in freshman year, okay? You have early, easy classes. You need to get good grades in them because that is what saved my butt. I actually graduated with honors. I went to the library and I studied like days out. Like I just put all the effort in freshman year, and then I realized that I could like kind of walk away, like not try so hard like sophomore year and junior year. Like, I mean, I tried, but like I just didn't kill myself over it. But just mentally like prepare yourself that you do want to get the work done. As much as you're like, oh my god, I have all this freedom, I can do whatever I want, I can go out this weekend, whatever, like make sure your work gets done, because if you do get good grades freshman year, that's really going to help you when you're taking classes that are for your major that are like hard as heck, and no one can get good grades in them because there are professors out there that just don't like to give A's. Enjoy it. College flies by. I also want you to remember that there are going to be days when you feel like your energy is drained. You have pulled all-nighters. You have, done so much. You've studied at the library for like 6 hours straight. Like you are just losing your mind. Those are usually called exam weeks. But you'll be okay. As much as you are working your butt off, you're also going to have times where it's like super fun. Like you're going out with your friends, you're doing whatever it is that you want to do, but just realize that there is balance in life. Next, befriend upperclassmen. Make sure that like you have someone that can tell you what classes to take, which classes not to take, exactly like what you're kind of expecting to happen, because it's really helpful. Professors and counselors are not going to tell you the ins and outs, but an upperclassman can really kind of guide you in the right direction. Save your money, because once you graduate, you'll realize how serious loans and such are, and like all the bills that you have to pay. This is a really good one, but as you do projects through like freshman, sophomore, and junior year, kind of think about things that you're going to be doing like when you're interviewing for companies, because I did a couple of projects freshman year where I consulted for a company, and I constantly am asked about that on my like interviews because I put that on my resume. It was like a project I did. I consulted for a company, and it's really awesome. That brings me to like noting everything you learn on your resume. Like there's so many classes that I forgot like what we were technically learning. I like remember it was like for this. But like after each class, what I would recommend is like writing a few skills that you got from that class, certain projects you worked on, and things that you feel like you're going to take with you to whatever job you end up taking in the future. So like if you were in a computer programming class, like what kind of things did you learn, like Oracle, this, like, that kind of stuff, and just note it so that later on when you are building your resume, you have that information. Because I like had to sit there and like think back and be like, what did I even learn? Work smart, not hard. There's a lot that you could be doing. There's a lot of reading that should be done. There's a lot of stuff that like you can just drown yourself in schoolwork all the time. But I think it's important to look at the course as a whole by using your upperclassmen friends, talking to the professor, figuring out from the first exam exactly what is like necessary to get this good grade, because in certain classes you do not need to put that much effort to get an A. And if you know that from the start, you're not going to like put too much time into that class. There's also certain classes, like I took an accounting class one time that like literally took so much effort because I had to study like so many problems that we did in class in order to do the homework, which then in turn helped me figure out how to do the exams. But like it just took a lot of effort, and being able to allocate a lot of my time to that instead of to certain classes that I knew were not necessarily that dedicated in like time and effort, it really helped, because I could have easily been like studying and doing work all week 24/7, and it's not necessary. Things won't go right, and that's okay. So it's fine. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give this video a giant thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment below. Let me know if I missed anything, if you agree with these things, and I will see you guys very, very soon. I'm doing daily videos for back to school, so make sure you check out tomorrow, and I will see you very, very soon.